What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? What's up, Shadera? What it do?
What's up, Jeffrey Jordan? Ruthless.
Another beautiful day. We're gonna be reviewing some Ruthless, I believe, episode 13.
Episode 13, season 5. Can you believe we're 5 seasons into this thing?
I can believe it, and I'm loving it. Any expectations for this episode?
I don't know. Like I remember, I was reviewing the last one, and when it went off, we were being told I could go in the high. I could go in there where the highest and put a bullet in his fucking head right now. I still don't know whether or not that dude is. I don't know what to make of him. No matter what happens, something else flips back around where it makes you wonder. And I think I'm almost going to be mad. I know I'm getting off topic, but I feel like I'm going to be mad if this thing ends and we find out that he has been loyal to the FBI all along. Like, I don't know. That's just going to just become unbelievable with all of the stuff that he's actually done.
We talking about Andrew?
Andrew, yes.
Yeah, and you're gonna be upset that he's loyal to the FBI?
I'm going to be upset that they're insulting our intelligence by saying that the man who laid there and got seated and also murdered that boy who I can't remember his name, William, who went and found escapees who had already escaped and forcibly brought their asses back to the compound, which I forgot who it was, but they probably were later killed. You know, like it's just it's going to insult my intelligence to say that man was just undercover and doing his job.
I agree. I agree. I don't comment on Andrew anymore because it's pointless. So, yeah.
It's ridiculous. So this episode is called "I'm a Soldier." So it's probably going to be about Andrew. Season 5, episode 13. I'm a soldier. Well, maybe not because they have new men in there, which
Yeah,
also is
we got
ridiculous.
new.
It's also ridiculous that the FBI is allowing new people to be funneled in to the compound.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. To they seem to know stuff. You know,
Who, the
I
new
can't
people?
take them. The new people, and it's like loosey goosey. It seem like they get the run of the land. You know what? What's the difference now? The difference is the new Diacon, which is River. River, I'm just gonna call him River. Is the he's not used to running a tight ship. That's what I'll say. You know, the difference is Diacon was truly dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
Diacon did some dirt, but he was truly loyal. He was truly loyal. He truly loved being there. He bought into uh being part of the Raccoon,
Mm-hmm.
which River is not. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so things are a bit loosey goosey as far as security. That's what I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, it doesn't look like there's even any teetering with the storyline of Brother Anthony not being alive. So I think that it seems like they've just accepted that he's dead and moved on. You know, like a lot of times in these Tyler Perry shows, it's like a big question mark, even though I don't remember seeing him. I just remember seeing, like a body laying there and then him in a bag or something like that. I don't know where would they even bury him. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I guess that is not. I guess we're past it. I guess he really is dead, which is crazy.
You, I was supposed to go back and watch it because the clip had to been so fast because I didn't see it. I probably was eating something or I walked off to get something to drink, and everyone was saying, "I know it actually happened." They saw his head, and I need to see it for myself. Do you actually see his face, or do you just see a head with a curly fro? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
All right, let's get into this, everybody. Season 5, episode 13. I'm a soldier.
Right.
Come on, start.
A lot of shit is going down. People are being killed. They got new leadership. The new number two is River. There you are. Thought that you could take what's mine.
I'm
The hell?
trying, dude. I'm having an issue over here.
Okay, my bad. I thought you was ignoring me. I'm sorry.
No.
Um, because that freaking dog, you had your freaking attention. Anyway, uh, the two freaking soldiers. Once again, how is it that they beat security over to Diacon? I'm not understanding. River is doing a sucky job at being a Daikon because Daikon had people
Oh yeah.
stationed. He had
Yep.
somebody. He had his second in commandment. You know, behind him at all times.
Yep.
So how is it these two goofballs who nobody knows, not trained, they don't even have freaking uniforms yet, but they get to run around loose without any security detail following them? How is that possible?
And they don't even have any damn training.
No training. I mean, I guess they don't need training right now because they don't have any weapons, but they are new recruits that they're supposed to be under somebody's thumb.
Hmm.
You know, like when there are new women around, Elder Mother has them on a tight leash. You know,
Yeah, this would
so
never happen under Brother Anthony's watch.
it wouldn't, and it's ridiculous.
It's
It's
absurd.
gross.
All right, let me just see
Hmm.
whether I'm going to start this back. All right, why is this not working, Jeffrey Jordan? Everybody, hold on. I need to figure this out before we move any further.
All right, that's fine. But this episode it's starting off pretty solid to me. I'm liking what I see. I hope we get some. I, I hope we really dive into what happened to Brother Anthony. Even though yes, his head was just obviously lopped off, but
Yeah,
I
somebody's
think
head
there's
was
more to
somebody's
that
head was
story.
gone. I know that somebody's head was gone. So I don't I don't think it's a question whoever was laying on the ground that their head was gone. I thought it was a question of who that person was, and if it clearly showed Brother Anthony, then so be it. I just don't like that. I really don't like that.
I agree.
And fuck. Brother Dunk. What, you
Uncompetent.
never heard a curse word before, Peter? Watch your language, brother.
Wouldn't you think that that they would have somehow? Well, I guess they don't do that on these Tyler Perry shows, but I'm sure that the word in the script was incompetent, and he said uncompetent, and they just kept right on with it as though he didn't just screw up the word.
Yeah. Aside from that, okay. So River right now he has his number two, which is the guy he used to have sex with, and the two other goons who are pretending to be down for River. Why not say freaking the headmaster just attacked me, lock him up, throw him in a
Absolutely,
punishment
shoot
trailer?
him.
Yeah, because you already, the highest is batch crazy right now. He's crazy right now. You got him under your thumb. So what's stopping you from saying at least tie him up, put him in a punishment trailer?
Something. That's right. You are Daikon. No matter what, you're Daikon. This dude, not only did he just attack him, he had his sword out. He was about to take his damn head off. He said, "You're about to
Hmm.
join Anthony," or whatever he said. I'm about to kill
Yeah,
you. Now your soldier is there, and you're just going to play this off? I think
yeah.
not.
Grab the rest of the troops. Lock his behind up. It's crazy.
Don't know. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Pause
Start
it. Pause
fucking
it. Pause
correcting
it.
me,
Pause it.
right?
Pause it. 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 Why is it even if these guys know who he is, uh uh his character, Obadiah, his character was written to written to be one step ahead of everybody else, meant to be like very astute and keen, all knowing, that his character was meant to be that. But now to fall to pieces because some nobody said they know who you are. You trying to tell me he didn't know how to, kind of finesse that a bit more?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Something about like just pretending that maybe I look like this person, and well, where do you think you know me from? You would think that everything that he's doing right now is suspicious as hell. Everything.
Right. And even if they are in the land of Oz right now, you control everything. So even if that's the case and the jig is up, all he has to do is put his hand on their shoulders, like, well, brother. Let's see how much you know me. You know,
Uh-huh.
they can't do anything to you. So why are you tripping out like that? I don't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't understand. That makes no sense.
Well, because of whatever, clearly he knows who this dude is, and obviously this just goes down a whole different path. So he says, "You know my brother," and if he knows his brother, then that means that maybe he was involved with this whole peddling. Well, I guess he probably was involved with the peddling because he provided the children. So that takes it to a whole different level. He probably provided some of the women too, because
Okay, but
from my understanding, the children were actually being provided in like a sex slave type of a thing. They didn't say it outright, but they kind of hinted towards it, and we do know that he is the one that's been handling the children up until this point.
that's true. But let's just say that's the case. I mean, who free? Why would he be hiding that? It has to be more to it. It has to be something like Obadiah was planning on stealing money or something like that. Because I don't I don't understand what's the big issue if they know Obadiah is over the children, or they know he's in on in with the plan with Lilo. Lilo was working with the highest, so it's not like there were secrets, right?
Yeah, yeah, this is true. This is true.
I don't know. Yeah.
An elder mother.
What is Zane talking about? Like they don't get to play. I mean, since this episode, you've seen them holding guns and with berets and wearing army fatigue, and now you're just concerned about them not being able to play.
Nothing.
Really, Zane?
Yeah, nothing about that makes sense.
What? They don't get to play? What are you talking about? You know where you are? Is this your first day? Like, I don't get it. Okay.
Also, I'm gonna say I heard people talking about Ruth having a miscarriage. If Ruth had a miscarriage, that was done on purpose. She handled that situation. She found out she was pregnant. It was like, absolutely not. I'm not. I am not bringing this psychopath child into the world.
You think so?
I do. I absolutely think this was she found out a way to do this.
So you feel she found a way to miscarry, but is going to keep it hush.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because the goal is still to get out of there.
What the hell is that? Who's in there with him?
Daikon.
Pause it.
You need to go to the kitchen.
Pause it. Okay. Are we on a shortage of soldiers? And why is he listening to Andrew, who just got back?
Yeah.
Like he's a nobody. He's not a soldier. I don't understand.
Yeah, why is he?
understand.
Andrew, I need your help. Like, why? It seems like nobody would be paying any attention. They wouldn't be calling Andrew for anything.
Yeah, you don't even know who he is. He hasn't even been there.
And asking Andrew, do I need to call Daikon? No, you need to be calling Daikon regardless.
Oh my goodness. All right. What's up?
This nigga right here.
Thank you. We'll just go
Pause
back
it.
to our,
Trailer house thing.
okay.
So, so man is just gonna ignore all of these comments. I walk with a F I won't, this N word here, and it's just like man, he's just huffing and puffing, but not no action. What happened to the old Manny that would have the butt of the rifle and jab you in the face with it? I don't understand. Well, you know what? I just feel like the campgrounds is in disarray because there's no real leadership. So I'm gonna rub it off. I'm gonna just say that's the issue. There's no real leadership anymore, no structure, because River is just on autopilot. What do you think?
Yeah, and also, but my thought was going to be, but they don't know that. But this might be one of those scenarios where they don't know that, so they don't know what would have happened in the past. Like, so they don't get to get jammed up in the way somebody else would have. Yeah, but they would have been either in a punishment trailer or dead at a certain point for that.
No, but what I'm saying is they don't have to know that. I'm talking about Manny. You saying that the
Well,
two
I'm
new
saying two
guys they
different.
don't know?
I'm saying two different things. I'm saying that they don't understand how it used to be, and then I'm saying that the reality is that whether they know it or not, this would have been their fate before.
Right. Yeah, you're saying the same thing. Saying the same thing. So the difference is no one is setting that example. The Diacon would have had them jabbed in the stomach in a punishment trailer, but the punishment trailer seems like it hasn't been used in months. You know,
Except for
those days
the
are over.
prisoners that are there already.
Oh yeah, that's right. They've been around. They've been.
The one minus eyes and the one minus a penis.
Yeah. All right.
They back to old times where they don't like each other again.
No, but
Last episode, it was a love fest.
no, but notice again, Ruth with that nasty attitude. Ruth started already. What are you doing? And like Ruth started that. Elder
Oh,
mother is
absolutely.
in the freaking kitchen, like she always is, cooking up some mess. And Ruth, you need to be asking her to whip up something for the highest right now. Like, hey, come on, Ruth, get out of here. I know you in pain, but
Elder
hey.
mother is in the one spot where she is absolutely in authority of where she should be, where she is her place to be. There are so many times that she's overstepping her bounds and minding somebody else's business. When she's in that kitchen, she is minding her business.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, that troubled young woman did not feel like
Pause it.
People that love me.
Okay, so the fact that she's standing right out front with this breaking news right in front of the gates that she
Right in
doesn't
front of
get
the
blasted,
rifles. Right in front of the rifles.
but okay, I'll give them a pass on that. They want to be elusive when they kill her. But what what did the detectives expect her to do when they allowed her to go into the freaking camp as a reporter? What did they think she was just gonna get information and not share it with the public? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know what they thought either.
And once again, if the original Diacon was around, as soon as that lady went home, there would have been some people with masks on motorcycles at her freaking house. She would have been hog tied in the middle of the night and dragged back to that camp and tortured.
Absolutely.
But
Because we've seen it over and over. People thought that they got away, and they they meet them at their house. They beat them to their house.
yeah, Daikon, he had a team. He had what was the name of the guy, the light skinned guy who died? That was his number
Malcolm?
two.
Oh.
Not Malcolm. I forgot his name. But yeah, it's ridiculous. That's it.
I'm curious about who you're talking about because I don't remember.
The guy, the light skinned guy with the curly hair. Damn it. And elder mother made him strip naked one time in front of her. Damn, I can't think of his name. Him, him and Daikon was really cool. It's gonna come to me later. I'm gonna search his name.
They love me. They love me. But no, listen. It hurts. It hurts for me to walk. It hurts for me to sit down, to lay down. Then it hurts for me to pay.
When is he sitting down and
It hurts for me to
when has he been sitting down and laying down? He could determine this. They just bring him out there in the morning and chain him up and stand him up.
I don't know. I gotta look at the chain. Can he move up and down? Maybe he can sit and stand.
I don't know. And then why would he ever be standing? I guess maybe.
I'm just get up and stretch. I don't know.
Oh,
One quick question about the guy we're talking about. How would you rate his acting?
the two, both of them are terrible, but I guess his is the worst.
This is the worst. The guy on the right, Lewis, he's pretty good to me.
Really?
The short one, yeah, to me.
Yeah, he's average in my opinion. But I mean, for a Tyler Perry show, I guess he's pretty good. Yeah.
I can breathe.
And it's an order I cannot obey.
Dion.
You know what happens to those who disobey Daikon?
I think that with the old Daikon, he wouldn't even have been given that warning or understanding. Like the moment those words left his mouth before he was able to end his last syllable, he would have probably been slapped or kicked or hit, and then he would have just been taken to the punishment trailer like immediately. It wouldn't have.
And
It wouldn't have gotten no further than that.
this character, is he? I'm assuming that he's not supposed to be a new soldier. We just haven't seen him before, right?
That's my guess too. Yeah.
He's seasoned. So if we're going with that logic, the Sacred Mother crap, that's fairly new. You know, you should be your elite. I mean, you should be siding with Diacon, the new Diacon. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't understand it. Like going against Ruth should be a second thought. Like she should be a nobody to you. You know,
Correct.
I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Is what the Raku has purposed me for in this life.
Yes. Yes,
Pause
you are
it.
right. You are
Okay, so I'm assuming all he had was a good night's sleep because obviously she can't have sex, right? I mean,
Correct.
bleeding. She's bleeding from her vaginal area. Um, so and she didn't give him any food. That saffron meal wasn't made yet, was it?
Yeah, this is the next morning, so I think we're to assume that the meal came.
Okay, so that's why he's calm now.
Mm-hmm.
The saffron naturally
And I
is
mean, and she gave him the bath, and she the massage. I mean, she relaxed his ass on out.
okay. I guess we just had to piece that together. So we're assuming that the meal did happen because Elder Mother cooked it. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Now, obviously, he's just a bad actor, but even in the scope of his character, he's supposed to be pretending to be a lost, helpless soul, pleading for help. You just got your freaking dick cut off. So you shouldn't need any kind of inspiration. You should be in pain already. This should be an empathetic. I don't understand. Like, I would. He's doing this in such a comical way. A bit of bread and making this fake accent. You wouldn't be in the mood to be playing around like that. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Mm. I want to see that again.
Yeah.
Whew.
All right, there you have it. How you rate the episode?
I'm giving it a 9. I 9.5. I can't think of too much there that I found that I had problems with. So yeah, 9.5.
I had a problem with Lewis and the other guy in the punishment
It's just-
trailer.
Yeah.
I had a big problem with that. His penis was supposed to be cut off, but I still saw a visible bulge.
Oh, he
for some
definitely had a
reason.
bulge. He definitely had a bulge.
Like, are you serious? Are you serious? And then he's got time for antics, hamming it up. Like, yeah, you can play along, but he's just, oh, a piece of bread, my son, please. Like, on the verge of playing around. Like, you do know your penis is supposed to be cut off. You in searing pain. That doesn't go away in a few days. You're in searing pain, right?
Yeah, this is true.
That's all I got. I enjoyed the episode. Not sure what to expect for next week, but that's a good thing. Do you think Ruth lost his baby? Was she pregnant at all?
I think that she was. I mean, that's a lot of blood. That is a lot of blood. She's been bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. Um, That's not period blood. That's miscarriage blood. So I think that she either lost it or maybe it's a threatened loss. As a person who has experienced um, um, miscarriage and put in um, threatened miscarriage, I've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one time, my actual daughter, I just assumed she was miscarried because there was so much blood. She wasn't. So
Mm-hmm.
who knows? And if I hadn't experienced that myself, I would have been one of those people saying, "There's no way you're going to show me that much blood," and then end up showing that the baby is okay. But I experienced that, so this is one of those things that maybe I should think about that when I criticize other stuff in these Tyler Perry shows by saying how unrealistic it is, because the situation that I experienced would be considered unrealistic too for most people.
Interesting. Um, I'm gonna backtrack with about Diacon. Let's just go for it. He's dead. Okay. Diacon's gone. Who do you think who do you think killed Diacon and why? You know, we can go down the list, I guess. I mean, would River kill Diacon and why?
I don't know. I mean, I am pretty firm that it was the highest who killed Daikon.
Do you
I
think
think
he
the
just
highest was having
did
a
it?
psychotic episode. He might not even know he killed Daikon. Um, but for the most part, people on that compound, they were afraid, and it was done in such a brutal way, chopping the head off. That's either the work of the highest or Obadiah. I don't think it's
Right,
either. I
not
don't think it's anybody else.
I just thought about it. Like, not too many people would lop somebody's head off or have the veracity to chop somebody's head off. Who has a knife like that or a sword? No one, no women have that. Not even the soldiers have a sword. So you're right. So I'm not. I'm gonna rule out. I'm gonna rule out Ruth. I'm gonna say it wasn't Ruth.
Mhm.
Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay, because I think Ruth really liked Diacon's, and I thought there was a story there. Um, I'm gonna rule out. Are we gonna rule out Zane as not chopping the highest's head? I'm chopping off Diacon's head off.
I want to rule her out simply because I don't know that she has the power to kill him. Like the way that was done, like did she sneak up behind him if she did it? I don't know. But Zayn is so batshit crazy. I don't know what to completely take away from her possibility. But yeah, I don't think there's anybody other than those two. But yeah, so I'm ruling out her. But you got me wondering.
I mean, she lopped him over the head. She knocked him unconscious. I think I recall that. Doo-doo. We're gonna rule out Elder Mother, right? So you don't think it was
Yeah, she
Elder
ain't have the
Mother,
strength for it.
okay? Um, doo-doo. What about Andrew?
Didn't it happen? Well, it happened the night he came back. So technically, he had already been
Hmm.
on the compound. So theoretically, he could have done it.
Yeah, because Zane knocked Daikon out, if I'm not mistaken, and uh skedaddled and left with why did she knock him out?
I don't
Who was
remember.
he questioning? He was questioning someone. Damn. Oh, it was what's the name? The one who set herself on fire. Uh uh crap,
I
what's her
know what
name
you're
who set
talking
herself
about.
on fire?
I know what you're talking about. And actually, I was thinking that maybe she did it, but since she's gone, they wouldn't be able to bring us back into the storyline to show it.
uh okay, so you think she
Well,
set
I'm
you
saying that
think
in the
she
back of
chopped
my
his head
brain,
off?
I'm thinking that she would be capable of doing it.
Yeah,
But I
she's
don't think that
crazy.
she did it. Yeah, she's nuts and angry. She was angry as hell.
Uh There's no one else I can think of off the top of my head. I was trying to look online to see if anybody I could think of that would want to. There's plenty of people that want to do it. I said River. I said Lewis is locked up. Um, so we're going with the highest, I guess. There's nobody left. Malcolm is Malcolm dead?
Yes, Malcolm's. Well, I don't know. I think that we didn't we say we didn't get
I
clarity
don't.
because he had gotten out, and didn't he get his foot caught in that bear trap or something like that?
That's what I recall. I don't. I remember him running. He got caught in that bear trap. That's the last I remember of him. I don't remember him dying though.
Yeah, I don't remember him dying, and
Um,
I don't remember him being saved. And we have a view of the FBI, so we've seen the FBI, and they haven't said like that we got our man back or nothing like that. The FBI ain't even
all
asking
right.
questions about their agents that done disappeared. They don't even. They don't. They.
Nope.
It's like they didn't forget.
They haven't forgot. It's just a lot. I think it's just a lot of dirty practices going on and people covering their own behinds. That's what I want to believe. All right. So looks like we're going with Obadiah or the highest as and not Joan, right? Not Joan. Do you think Joan could be hamming it up this limp that she has?
I can't rule out Joan. I think it's one of those two, but I can't rule out Joan. I don't know what the hell Joan is capable of.
I'm trying to see what at this point, what reason would she have to lop his head off because now he's been demoted. He's never really done anything to Joan, other than question her a few times. But when you think about it, Daikon and Joan have never had it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't imagine her doing that, and it wouldn't make sense. She wouldn't have a reason to because he wasn't in a position of power anymore.
Yeah.
Even when he was, they got along.
Yeah, but
Um,
but put that in there. Though he wasn't in a position of power anymore. That reality goes with everybody. Everybody, whether
yeah,
they,
yeah,
could it be somebody who was revengeful from when he did do something to them when he was in a position of power? Okay, maybe. Um,
yeah.
but he's no longer a threat as Brother Anthony. So
Hmm.
the people that would be doing that would be people who would just be completely. The people who would do that to him would probably be the people who his position to them didn't change. So if you're the highest, he's still below you, so it doesn't matter. You ain't thinking about his life in that way, and so you spiral out of control. Anthony is very familiar. You see him, you need to kill somebody. He's right there, and so you chop his head off. Obadiah, I don't know what they could have gotten into. Maybe when we find out who killed Anthony, maybe they'll take us back. Maybe that's the reason why we're not seeing it. They'll take us back to that day and recount that
Hmm.
scene so we can see it actually all go down.
That'd be pretty cool. We'll get another episode of Anthony. I
Yeah,
think that's pretty cool. I think everybody wants to see that, see him alive again.
yeah, yeah,
Um, I'm scared. I'm just nervous that we're not gonna get that. Everything was done in such an abrupt way.
yeah,
Oh, what did I rate this episode? I rated it. I'll give it a 9. I took off points because of the trailer scene with Lewis. But yeah, good episode.
yeah, yeah. I'm going 9, 9.5.
All right, I agree. That's all I got. You got anything else?
I do not catch us back maybe this weekend. You available this weekend?
Yeah, what we got coming up this weekend?
Well, I'm saying that the new episode comes out either tonight or tomorrow, right?
All right, yeah. So so we'll be back with the latest episode this weekend.
So
Awesome.
let's we'll figure out the date and post it up. But I'll be at one more conference next week, so I would not be able to do it later next week. So we can knock it out this weekend.
I'm down. I'm
All right.
down.
See y'all later.
Latest.